Alright, so I had somebody ask me a question about this thing on another group, and I'm making this video for him. I just did some more work on it, and I'll explain that in this video. But so this is a Sun F Tuttio, it's a Sun F 110cc gas four-wheeler. I think it's around a 2010 mark, but that's just the frame. And then this is a Tuttio Solio 01 motor with a 10-tooth front sprocket, 420 instead of the 11. 60-tooth rear. Then we have the Tuttio batteries, which I'll explain here in just a second. And then this is a stock Tuttio Solio 01 controller. It's only 70 amps, 240 phase. It's not really good, but it's more than enough. 3300 watts, all that. You know, Sur-on throttle, keyed voltmeter, reverse and drive, 1, 2, 3, can't brake, normal stuff there. It doesn't have front brakes. This is before they started making them for inside the rims here, or this is just a lower model, it doesn't really matter. But so this is actually two of the stock Tuttio batteries, and they're flipped on their side, rotated, and then I glued them together and taped them up just for now. And I made a custom harness that I can't get out of here now, which turns out whenever you take these things apart, they actually have XT90 connectors going directly to the battery. That's the discharge, XT60 for the charge, and then they have these. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what those are actually, but I know that they have something to do with sending power, or it's like anti-spark maybe, I'm not sure. But it has something to do with it in a smart. I think it might be the BMS in some way, considering these two wires. But they're also hooked up the same way, just red to red, black to black. You know, red to red, black to black. So it's in a, is that parallel? Man, I'm really ignorant and still learning these things, so excuse me. But basically they're both running together, so it's a 40 amp hour, 48 volt, instead of a 96 volt 20 amp hour battery, which I did try and it did work, and it actually, the battery was accepting it and it was perfectly fine with it. I'm not sure what it spiked up to, but I think it was like 106, 107 on the voltage. But you know, of course this is, can't go above 72 volts, and I'm not going to spend the money to get a 96 volt controller just to do that, and I don't think any of this will handle that. So I put them to where it adds together, which really helped with voltage sag, because before I'd lose, I don't know, 6 or 7 volts, sometimes 8 and a 9 when it's cold. And, I mean, now it's barely affecting it at all. Oh, whoops, I'm in reverse, that's right. I mean, I lost 3 volts. But yeah, I mean, it has reverse, of course. I had to get my own harness, and I had to get a encoder harness from Econic Cycles, and then I just wired in my own stuff. I didn't actually get the pre-wired kit. I just bought it a little cheaper, so you know, I unwired these and wired it all in myself. That's why there's a bunch of shrink wrap instead of nice pretty connectors. But, and yeah, I still need to clean this up. It's very ugly right now. It's very much so in the testing phase. And I just tested this battery to see what it would do, and even after, what is it, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes out there in the snow, I'm still at 52.8, 52.9, give or take. I mean, it wants to show 53, but that's probably a lie. So, and that's at 70 amps. That's, you know, full power. I'm fucking doing wheelies and all that everywhere. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, it's the stock 420 chain. That's the stock Tuttio sprocket. But the core, the center here, is actually the stock sprocket that came on the four-wheeler, which I think was a 428 43 tooth. And so I cut the core out, like the center of it, and then I ground it down until it just fit inside the center of this sprocket, and then welded it together with a cheap flux core welder. And I mean, it does fine. It's not perfect. It's definitely not perfectly in round. It has a little bit of up and down, but I mean, it's very little. And then the side to side's like basically non-existent. I had a flat plate I had it on. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it does 45, and it's actually quicker up to 40 because of these smaller tires and the gearing that it brings than the Tuttio that I took the batteries from, which has a 60 volt in it now and is like 4,400 watts, give or take. But yeah, you know, and that's it. And then I just, you know, made my own custom seat from a moped seat that I cut down, and did a seat cover on it. And of course, over here I have been making some body panels. These are very ugly right now, but I mean, that's the basic idea for the center. And then some fenders, and I'm going to build these out too. I'm going to actually cut this off and make a new platform that's a little wider for bigger feet, because I'm 6'2". So, but anyways, that's it. There you go, bud. There's everything I know and I've done to it. Everything else is just a stock 110cc. No difference. And you can see the rust on this. I mean, I didn't do anything special. There's nothing cheating or hiding or anything. Little battery tray, little tray for the motor, 4 bolts, some foam in there to help quiet it down. That's basically it. I mean, if you got a drill and some bolts and a few plates of metal, you could do this all too. You don't need a welder for any of this. I just happen to have one. So, there you go.